that DNA is a message, and a message always comes from minds, has been brought more dramatically into the modern era. I say modern era over the past, say, 20 years. Back in about 1993, 1991 with Philip Johnson, who was a Berkeley, believe it or not, a Berkeley law professor, who started looking at the logic behind Darwinism and was not impressed. He called it Darwin on Trial. Well, more recently, Stephen Meyer wrote a book called Signature in the Cell, DNA and Evidence for Intelligent Design. And it's basically the argument I just gave. If there's a message in the cell, then there must be a messenger. That book came out in 2009. He's Cambridge trained. He's a member of the Discovery Institute in Seattle, Washington. Anyway, he wrote this book called Darwin's Doubt. What's Darwin's Doubt? This book, Signature in the Cell, talks about where does the information come from in the genome. This book talks about where does the new information come from that you need to build new life forms. Because Darwin's doubt, when Darwin was alive, he realized that the Cambrian period, it's called the Cambrian explosion, that you've got most of the major body plants just appearing out of nowhere. There they are. There's no fossil precursors. There's none of this evolutionary kind of tree below it. They just appear as if they were created instantaneously. And Darwin knew this, and he said, this really causes me to doubt my theory. We appear to have all this instantaneous creation, then my theory is wrong. But you know what Darwin thought is he thought, well, man, it's 1859. We haven't really figured out, we haven't investigated all these fossil remains yet. Oh, I predict over the next 100, 150 years as we examine fossil remains, we're going to see remains prior to the Cambrian, and we're going to see that everything is ancestrally related according to the fossils. What do you think we found since then? No, we haven't found that at all. What we found is, just like the Cambrian explosion, everything appears instantaneously. In fact, you know what we see in the fossil record? Things appear instantaneously, they stay the same for a while, and then they go out of existence. Appearance, stasis, and then sudden disappearance, extinction. Even Stephen Jay Gould from Harvard, who was an evolutionist, said, this is the trade secret of paleontology. We just see stuff coming in, staying the same, going out. And so this was a big doubt. So what Meyer does is he starts asking questions of the evolutionists. And he keeps making this point where he keeps saying DNA is a message and messages always point to a mind. What do you think Atkins said? He didn't give an argument against it. He just said, that's nonsense. And then Michael Ruse, who teaches at Florida State, is also an atheist. He said, hey, Michael, DNA is a message, and messages always come from minds. He said, that's religion. Religion? No, this may have religious implications, but it's not religion to say there's a message out there that comes from a mind. Then he debated this guy, Peter Ward, who's an atheist. He said, hey, Peter, DNA is a message, and messages in all our prior experience always come from minds. You know what this guy said? He said, that's crap. Crap. Stephen Meyer said, that's not an argument. Crap is not an argument.